Good morning, my name is Julia and welcome back to my channel. This morning I am so excited to share with you another full body stretch class. These are absolutely my favorite classes to film and also do every single morning, so I hope you're enjoying them too. If you have any suggestions, please make sure to leave a comment. Otherwise, let's get started on our backs. So find yourself nice and comfy on your back. You might have already came from bed, so you're used to this position for the full night. So don't worry, we won't be here for too long. But just make yourself comfortable here. Bring your arms up overhead and take a big full body stretch on an inhale. And exhale, sigh out the mouth. One more full body stretch here. Inhale. And exhale, sighing out the mouth. Beautiful. Let's bring one knee into the chest at a time and give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe rock from side to side, hugging the knees in towards the chest. You can have your eyes closed if you haven't closed them already. And you can make some little circles as well with the knees, stretching out the lower back, getting a nice massage in this area as well. Switching directions. Start connecting to your Ujjayi breath. So deep inhales through the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. Come back to stationary and then just keep your knees hugged in towards your chest, and let's just take some ankle circles here, feeling out any clicks and ticks that you might have here in the morning. I know that we can kind of ignore our ankles and our feet a lot, so let's just take a moment here. Just send them some love, maybe flexing and pointing your feet too, activating the entire foot. And then slowly come back to center. Now let's straighten our left leg out onto the mat. Hug your right knee in one more time before we come into a supine twist. So bring your right knee over the body and gaze over to the right. Breathing here, getting a nice stretch in the back and a spinal twist. Now don't push yourself too much since this is a morning class. Give yourself some grace in the morning to slowly open up. Just make sure that both of your shoulders are down onto the mat as you breathe deeply into the belly here. Taking one more deep breath together. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Come through center, hugging both knees into the chest here. And let's switch the sides. So we're straightening that right leg out, hugging the left knee in towards the body. And then slowly crossing that left knee over this time, bringing the left arm out to the side, gazing over to the left. And making sure both shoulder blades are onto the mat here. And taking 2 deep breaths into the belly. And out. Inhale. And out. Beautiful. Come back through center. Hug your knees into your chest one last time. And then let's slowly rock and roll our way up to seated. And then find our way into a tabletop position. So you can cross over at the ankles, come onto hands and knees, and find yourself into tabletop in the middle of your mat. So let's spread our fingers out nice and wide and push through the fingertips, taking any pressure off the wrists that we do not need. And again, always, we have our shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. Let's take some cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest and gaze up. And exhale, push the mat away, chin comes towards the chest, stretching out the back body. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, gaze up. And exhale, pushing the mat away. One more time, inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. And exhale to push the mat away. And then let's slowly come through center, shake it out a little bit from side to side. So we're getting into the side body here. And coming back. Let's place our left hand in the middle of the mat and inhale, lift that right arm up towards the ceiling for another gentle spinal twist. And let's thread the needle. So threading that right arm underneath the left, coming onto your right ear on the mat, walking that left hand out towards the top left corner, and breathe here. This is a beautiful stretch for the upper body, As you stretch out the back of that right shoulder, try and keep your hips nice and even with the rest of the body. So you might have to tuck that right hip in a little bit more into center. Let your head rest heavy as we take one more deep inhale together. And exhale. And now place your left hand back down on the mat. Let's inhale, lift up, stretching that right arm up to the ceiling. And we switch sides. Right hand comes down, left arm goes all the way up. And exhale, thread the needle on this side. Dropping that left ear down this time, walking the right arm out to the top of the mat. And we take 3 deep breaths here. As you're breathing, notice your alignment, maybe tucking that left hip in a little bit more. Seeing how that spinal twist is feeling. And seeing if you can direct your breath all the way into the belly, letting it expand like a balloon, filling up and energizing for the day. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. And now placing that right hand back down, we're going to inhale, lift the left arm all the way up. Place both hands down on the mat. Tuck the toes under and find yourself up into downward facing dog. So taking whatever you need this morning, as always, feeling into your body. This is your practice. So take whatever you might need. This morning, the back of my legs are quite tight, so I'm just going to take a little bit of time bending one knee and straightening the other just to open them up nice and gently. You might want to shake the head out if you've got any tension in the head, neck, or shoulders. Just making sure that that's nice and loose. Or practice pressing in through the fingertips to take all the pressure off the wrists. Whatever you're doing, just keep going for one more deep belly breath. And exhale. Beautiful. Let's tiptoe our feet towards our hands at the top of the mat. Bend the knees generously. Let the torso hang on to the legs. And grab opposite elbow with opposite hand. Coming into our ragdoll fold. One of my favorite poses to do in the morning. Swaying from side to side as we allow our heart to go over our head. Changing the way that the circulation is and the blood is flowing whilst also getting that beautiful stretch in the back. Releasing tension in the head, neck, and shoulders for one more deep breath. Exhale. And then release the hands down onto the mat, tuck the chin in towards the chest and roll yourself all the way up to standing, bringing those arms up overhead, palms touch, and bringing the hands down to heart center. Close the eyes and take a second here just to set an intention for your day. Now that you've already warmed up a little bit and you've gotten into the body, into the breath, see if something sits with you now. My intention is calm, to take this calmness that I feel now into the rest of the day. Let me know what yours is in the comments below after. And when you're ready, flutter the eyes open, inhale, arms back up. And exhale, hands down onto the mat, step back into your downward facing dog. Step the right foot in between the hands at the top of the mat, drop the left knee down, and let's inhale our arms up for a low lunge. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, feel that beautiful stretch along the hip flexor on the left side. And then exhale your hands down to the mat, coming into a hamstring stretch. So the hips come back over the heels, straightening that front leg, flexing the foot. Inhale to come forward, lifting the arms. And exhale, hips come back, straightening that front leg. One more time, inhale all the way up. And exhale all the way back. Beautiful. Coming back to center, let's plant our left hand onto the mat, raise the right arm up, coming back into another spinal twist. Tuck the back toes under, and if you'd like, you can lift that knee up. Holding for one breath, inhale. And exhale, plant the right hand on the mat and step back into down dog. Let's take that on the other side. Left foot comes in between the hands at the top of the mat. Drop that right knee down. And inhale, the arms come up overhead. Feeling the stretch now on the right hip flexor here, dropping those hips nice and low. And then release the hands onto the mat. Bringing your hips to your heels, flexing that front foot for your hamstring stretch. And then we flow breath to movement. Inhale, arms come up, coming into our low lunge. And exhale, hamstring stretch. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, hamstring stretch. Last one, inhale, arms all the way up. And exhale, hamstring stretch. And then we come forward again, planting that right hand down this time, lifting the left arm up, tucking the back toes under, and maybe lifting the right knee off the mat too. Inhale. And exhale, planting the hands on the mat. And instead of stepping to downward facing dog, we're going to toe heel that left foot to the outside of the mat, toes pointing out, heels pointing in, and see if with your core strength you can lift that right foot, up to the top of the mat and sit yourself down into Malasana, into Yogi Squat. Beautiful, swaying from side to side. A great pose also to do to really open up those hips in the morning. Don't worry if your heels are lifted here. Eventually, hopefully, they will get down. You can also put a block or a pillow underneath your seat if this is too much. And swaying from side to side. Gently opening the hips. Beautiful. Now let's place our hands behind us and softly come onto our seat for our last pose today. So bringing the soles of the feet together, another great pose for the morning. Bringing your hands onto your ankles, and as you inhale, lengthen the spine all the way up to the sky. And exhale, let's just gently fold into our butterfly pose. Bringing the arms in front of us so it's more of a yin posture with your palms facing up. And allow your body to hang heavy over your legs. A great pose for you to stretch out the lower back, the upper back. When you tuck your chin in toward your chest, you can really feel that length, that stretch go all the way from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And all the while your hips are opening. And you can really stay introverted here, focusing on the breath and your intention. Let's do that for one more deep breath. Inhale. This time, exhale, sigh out the mouth. Beautiful. Slowly curl yourself all the way up to seated. Cross your legs over here. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Roll your shoulders back a few times. Feel your spine nice and long. And on the inhale, let's bring our arms up overhead. Palms touch, reaching up. And exhale, palms, hands come in front of heart center. Bow your chin towards your chest in a moment of gratitude for yourself showing up on the mat. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.